Hello and welcome to another episode of Live Feed with your host Richard Santiago. And let's go right straight to the follow count. We're up to 5,014 followers. So thank you very much to those people that just continue to talk about our page every day. We see it. It's I have to admit it's a very heartwarming to just walk into a page that is about bullying for the first time and actually seeing posts that people have left telling people to watch our film or telling them if you want advice, go to stop the bullying underscore together. That's really, for me, it really hits the heart. It really does hit the heart. And for everyone else that follows this account, not follows this account, I'm sorry. For everyone that works on this account, they're very happy. If you've heard me talk about it in the past, I've always said that the bad thing about accounts like Instagram and stuff like that is that people only show the positive about their life. They're only showing good things. So people who follow them just tend to think, well, why am I feeling depressed? Why am I feeling anxious? This person that I follow never feels anxious. This person that I follow is living this great, amazing life. Why can't I live this amazing life? And you have to understand that they're just showing you the good parts of their life. So me, I'm going to try to always show the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I am extremely tired. You probably can see it on my face. I am extremely tired. I worked yesterday for about 13 hours in the heat. In the heat with no relief from the heat. Shooting on a Netflix original film. So I'm extremely just drained emotionally because, like I told you guys, when I'm filming, I always try to film something that will get an emotional reaction from the viewer. So in order for me to do that, other filmmakers may not have to do this, but in order for me to do that, I have to bring my emotions out to the surface. Sort of like the way an actress has to bring her emotions to the surface if he or she is doing a scene, an emotional scene, like where they have to cry, stuff like that. And so it drains me a lot. So to do it for long hours and then do it in the heat, I am extremely tired. And they might call me today to do some interviews for them. So hopefully I'll be doing some interviews today. So I'm gonna do a little meditation. I'm gonna take a little time for myself right after the show, so that if in fact I gotta go to work and do some interview scenes with the producers, I am ready to go. So I'm gonna spend some me time, and I might even get a massage tomorrow. Tomorrow or the next day, 1 to 2 days. Tucker, thank you for joining the show. So I want you guys to remember that when you see other people's live feeds or other people's Instagram accounts or Facebook account or whatever they may have, and they're only showing the good side. They're showing the happy side. If they're models, like I look at a lot of model accounts, and they're just all happy and all the time shooting happy stuff and just putting their work on their feed, and you never get to see the part that if they're fighting depression or they're fighting anxiety or if they had a death in the family. You don't get to see that. Remember that. Charm, thank you for joining the show. You don't get to see that. So remember that when you're looking at other people's accounts. But as for me, I will try my best not to show you that I'm extremely tired and emotionally drained from yesterday's shoot. So let's really get into this show and start by saying that live feed with your host Richard Santiago is brought to you by Traveling Tech Teacher. For all your teacher resources, please check out travelingtechteacher.com, and brought to you by the film Dear Bully. You can watch the film Dear Bully by simply going to vimeo.com/on-demand/Dear Bully. So check it out. All right, so let's get. We asked you guys to give us a topic to talk about, and Blue Wolf, who's an avid person on the show, came up with this question. Oh, no, that's the saying that they left. I don't know why the question's not up there, but let's see if I can pull it up. Or no, I don't know why the question is not here. But let's go with their saying that they said, as the old Viking said, a friend on your side is a partner in crime. So let me see if I can find their question. Give me 1 second here. I know that that question is somewhere around here. Let's see. And there it is. All right. So their question was, why is a friendship is very hard, even harder in adult years? I never found friendship in adult years very hard, unless they were people that I kept giving chances to. So if you're finding friendship, anyone, this goes for anyone, if you're finding friendship very difficult as an adult, it's because you're giving people chances that you should not be giving chances to, honestly. You know, I've been accused of not giving a person a second break, second chance. Oh, come on, give that person a second chance. No, if someone does something so heinous, in my opinion, steal from me, break my trust with something that's severe, like something that has to do with my children, I'm not giving that person a second chance to screw up. You know, you hear so many times. There was a story, a documentary, as you guys know, I love nonfiction films or documentaries. I call them nonfiction films because documentaries just sound so boring. And the way people are making nonfiction films now, they're just as good as real movies. I saw a nonfiction film where someone did something heinous to this person's daughter, and they gave them a second chance, and the person did it again. You know, it's like, don't give people second chances. And I think if you're having a hard time with with your friendships as an adult, I think it's because you're giving people a hard time. And even as a young person, if someone does something to you so heinous, you have to break off your friendship with them. I also saw another nonfiction film where a person was going to see a friend. Now this friend was an ex. Okay, there was nothing going on between them. They just remained friends after breaking up, and the person was seeing a new person, and that person was very jealous that this person was still around. If you're following me, okay. They invited her over to hang out, and they had problems in the past. The girl, the new girl, and the old girlfriend. And that should have gave that person a clue that even though I like to remain friends with this person, while they're dating this person, I cannot. And then that's how we have to start thinking. You meet people and you meet friends and you love them and you have great memories with them, and maybe they start dating someone, or maybe you dated them before and they date someone. If you start having static with that person, or let me not use the word static, if you start having problems with that person, if you start having beef with that person, it's best to say, I enjoy your friendship, but your new boyfriend or your new girlfriend doesn't like me around, and I would like to see that. I want to see you happy. You're happy with that person. I want to see you happy, so I'm going to step away from the scene. But let me tell you what ended up happening. This girl tried to be friends with this person. There was nothing going on between that person and her ex, but the new girlfriend thought that there was. So she set up a time for them all to meet and to all be friends, and she ended up killing her. So, we have to start learning when a friendship is over. That's the key thing. And don't think that I'm saying, I'm this person sitting on a high on a pedestal saying that, we need to know this and I know this. Now as an adult I know this. But as a kid, as a young kid, as a young adult, I didn't know. There would be relationships where I knew in my mind and a little bit in my heart that it's over and it's time to call it quits, but my heart would say no, give the person another chance, and I got, hurt and burned and everything else. So you learn that when a person loves you, they truly love you and they do anything for you. They never want you to feel uncomfortable. They never want you to feel hurt. And if you're in a relationship where the person's hurting you or the person doesn't care, that you're uncomfortable or that you're feeling hurt because of the things they're doing or that the people that they're hanging out with, then it's time to call it quits. And because you could end up like so many people that ended up this way, you know and so stick on the topic of friendship. I think that if friendship is harder, if your friendships are hard and you're getting a lot of grief from your friendship, it's because you're not seeing the truth, or you don't want to see the truth. You're putting rose-colored glasses on, and you're not seeing the truth that the friendship might have ended its course. People have to understand that sometimes you meet people for a short time. They teach you a lesson. It may be a good lesson. I'm not saying all lessons are bad. It might be a bad lesson. But sometimes you meet people and a relationship goes through its course, and it could be short, it could be years. But knowing that when the end has come for a relationship is very, very important to your happiness. And as the example that I made, Jonah, thank you for joining the show. Joanna, excuse me. It could save your life. So knowing when a friendship is over is the best thing. I'll tell you another story. I had a friend. We were very, very good friends. We had a falling out, and one day she asked me if I could make her a logo for her new company that she was doing, and I said, sure, I'd be more than happy to do that. And during the process of making the logo, talking back and forth by phone, she happened to mention our falling out and got extremely, extremely upset about it. And that raised some flags for me. That truly raised some flags for me. So I told her that I'm going to do the logo for real cheap because I'm very busy, so I can't do it for free. So I gave her a humongous family discount. And I asked for her for half of it up front and then half when I give her the logo. She could never find the time to send me or meet with me to get the 50% up front. And then, so being that I thought we were good friends, I started the work. I finished it. We talked all through video chat. She liked the final outcome. I'm ready to deliver it to her. She starts to tell me to just meet me somewhere. And I'm like, well, you got to come up with the amount of cash. We made a deal for the amount of cash. Let's come up with the amount of cash. So we were supposed to meet somewhere right in the middle of me driving there. She changes the the place that we're going to meet, and I find that always to be very strange when people do that. If you agree on a place you're going to meet, stick to that. If it's public, especially if it's a public place, and then they want to go somewhere that's not so public. I really didn't trust her. And then again, she brought up our falling out, how it made her feel. And I just said to her, you know what? Forget it all. We're not going to meet. I'm just going to go home and go back to work because I got a lot of work to do. And we never exchanged anything, and we never spoke again. That when you feel uncomfortable, you got to go with what you feel. Honestly, you got to go with what you feel. And the story that I mentioned earlier, where the girl, I forgot to mention this part, the girl actually texted a friend of hers and said, I'm going to so-and-so's house, her ex-girlfriend's house. If anything happens to me, this was the last place I was at. And I wanted to bring that up because if you ever feel that way, like I'm walking into a trap, so to speak, and that's how I felt that day. Like I'm walking into a trap of either her and me arguing about our falling out, or, I don't know if it was severe that she was going to have someone there that was going to take the file from me, have a bunch of people there. I don't know. But that unknowing is what made me feel uncomfortable enough to say, you know what, let's just forget it. You could, if you want this file, submit it through PayPal or something. It's a digital file. I will submit it back to you or mail it to you or something, And that's what I told her. If not, so what? I'm moving on, and that's it. And that's how we gotta learn to be, guys. That's how we gotta learn to be. So I think that the answer again to this question is that friendships are very hard because we don't let go. I think. We meet a friend, we like them, we enjoy their company. A month later, we're disagreeing on everything, we're fighting about every little silly thing. It's time to end that friendship. You have another friend, you meet them 10 years down the line. You're arguing about every little thing, you're bickering about everything. It's time to end it. Unfortunately. That makes me a cruel person, that makes me a bad person, I don't know. But I know one thing, it makes me a person that's free of drama, free of harassment, because some people can get very mean when they feel that they didn't get their way or something, So knowing when to let go is the key thing, I think, to this topic that I'm trying to tell you guys. And that's why I think friendship is hard, even as an adult. Only hang out with people that want to hang out with you. That's my opinion. So let me see if I have anything else in here. So I hope you guys are all having a great day. It's the 4th of July. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. Where I'm at is the 4th of July. So happy 4th of July for everyone out there. I hope everything is going well with you guys. So let's see. Yeah, I don't see any more. Okay, yes, this right here. I talked about this on yesterday's show, and I want to talk about it again because it's that important. All right, so I'll touch on this for a couple of minutes. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it well, but what it is, it's in the best employee on a plaque, piece of board, where if he was to step off, the management will fall off a ledge. And management is holding a gun at him. So management is holding a gun in hopes of what? That he stays on the plaque. I'm going to hold this gun on you in order for you to stay on the plaque. And that's the situation that we're in. Even though management, in my opinion, in this photo, everyone can interpret this photo differently, but I interpret this as, even though management has the gun, it may seem like he's in control. The truth of the matter is that the employee is in control. And that the employee shouldn't take any abuse. I take the gun as a form of abuse. I'm going to abuse you. I'm going to threaten you, any way I can, and you're going to continue to be an employee and a good employee of this establishment. But the truth is that the employee should step off the piece of wood there. Hey, Danielle, thank you for joining the show. Should absolutely step off the plaque and let management fall. That's my opinion. So you have the control. Don't take advantage of your control, of course, but don't allow yourself to be bullied in the workplace, as this picture shows. So that's, it's important, because let me tell you why I decided to bring this up, because I talk to so many people and they're being bullied. I talk to everyone. What can I do? Like, I've done everything possible. What should I do? So I say to them, if you live in a state where you're allowed to record your bullying without the knowledge of your bully, take advantage of that right. And they say, no, what about the rights of the bully? Really? What about the rights of the bully? That's what you're worried about. Just like in this photo, this best employee, as they put it, is worried about the health of management that's holding a gun at him. Oh, I can't step off the platform here because it would hurt management. I got to continue being the best employee. I can't step off. I can't quit. I can't say anything to them, because then that would no longer make me the best employee. You want to be the best employee. You want to be the best at everything because they treat you right. You don't want to be the best of it because you're in fear of your job, or in this case, in fear of getting shot. It's very, 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 very. I saw this. I said, wow. This photo says it all. Says it all. So you can't be thinking about your bully, is the point that I'm trying to make. You need to think about yourself or your child that's being bullied. Whatever the situation may be, you need to think of yourself. Not what would happen if I step off the plaque. What would happen to management if I step off the plaque? No. You just simply step off the plaque. It's what and I want you to know, it's what I did. Okay, I'm not just telling you this to tell you this. I'm telling you this because this is what I did in my life. Okay, I said, no, I'm stepping off the plaque. You're not going to continue to harass me and hold a gun, as in this photo. They did not physically hold a gun on me, but I'm using the photo as a reference. Hold a gun on me when I know that I am the one that's right. It may not be, the plaque may not signify that he's the one in control, but I think the piece of wood that he's standing on, is signifying that he's in the right. And that's, to me, what it stands for and what it means. So let's see what else we can find here. TheBullyExposed.com has a bunch of Be Kind t-shirts, guys. Pick up your t-shirt, get your t-shirt, and if you purchase your t-shirt with using the Cash App that the Bully Exposed has, then I can get you a t-shirt for $10 for the t-shirt, $5 for shipping and handling. So take advantage of that. DM this account if you want any more details, if you want the link to purchase the t-shirt using the Cash App, and I will personally fold up that t-shirt and send it to you along with some other gifts like a wristband. Okay, so let's do it. 100% of the proceeds goes to the bullyexposed.com. None of it goes in my pocket, folks. So let's take advantage of that. Okay, and they have a few of these t-shirts with the older logo on it. So if you want that, be sure to get in. Barzanga, thank you for joining the show. I'm sure I butchered that up. And I want to let you know that my friend Michael Sean Keller wrote another book called Room 308. So check that out. Do a search for it on Amazon. All right. And I want to let you guys know that if you're suffering from anxiety or depression, please call 1-800-273-TALK. 1-800-273-8255. Don't suffer through depression or anxiety by yourself, okay? And if you speak Spanish, there's the number to call. I think my picture's in the way, and I apologize, but that's the number to call. And Bar says, rainbows, awesome. And she says, amen, hallelujah. Thank you, Bar. So I want to thank Blue Wolf for bringing up today's topic. We've been putting up on there, please give us a topic in our My Story area. Please always look at our My Story area. We got quizzes, we have polls up there. We have a whole bunch of things up there that we want you guys to participate in, especially to bring a topic up, because I want to talk about what you guys want to talk about. You know, we sit down, me and the people who run this account, we sit down and we think of topics and all that, but people that are currently being bullied will come up with better topics than we will any day of the week, because they're living it. You know, just like when I was being bullied, if I had a show like this I can go to, I would think of a million good questions, because I'm currently living it, you know. So that's why we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you on our polls. We want to hear from you on what we think about. So please be sure to check that out and participate when we ask if you could, what topic would you guys like to talk about? All right. So okay, I'm looking for some other stuff here to talk about. But let's see, what's this one? I can't read it, but I gotta pull it up and see. What did you learn from being bullied? You know, I'll answer that question. What I learned that because I worked for a government entity, I learned that the government is one of the biggest liars, you know, unfortunately, and will do just about anything to cover up a lie, and that's a shame. And that's really a shame, and that's the biggest thing I've learned from being bullied. Let's see. And what would I tell my bully? Okay, I'll answer that too. I would tell my bully that I forgive you. I'm not going to hold any grudge against you, because when you hold, I'm a strong believer in that when you hold a grudge, then you become that person. You know, so if you hold a grudge on your bully, if you hate them so much, then you will in turn become a bully. You know, and I know it's a fictitious film, but it's just like Star Wars. You know, Star Wars, Anakin was in such pain, has had so much anger that he then became, he went to the dark side, right? Also, most recently, the film, I hope I don't spoil it for anybody, Game of Thrones. You know, I forget her name, the Mother of Dragons. Forget the character's name. She wanted so much, and you know, she was so upset that people were being enslaved, and this, she wanted it so much that she in turn became evil, right? You know, I know, like I said, I know it's fake. I know it's not real. It's a movie. But that portion of the movie is reality. Okay, if you hate and you continue to hate, you will become that person that you hate. And you won't even know it. So my thing that I would say to my bully is that I don't hate you. I'm not going to hold any grudges against you. But that doesn't mean I'm going to forget and give you a chance to treat me that way again. So that if we do come face to face, maybe one day in a lawsuit, I hope, you are not going to get the chance. I'm going to be 3 steps ahead of you. You're not going to get the chance to bully me again. That's my statement, and that should be a statement to all of you. Don't hate them. Don't have to. You don't even have to forgive them, like some people say. I forgive them. You know, you don't have to forgive them. You know, but just don't hate on them, and don't hold that anger inside of your heart so much that you in turn become that. That's extremely important. If you can take anything away from being bullied, that part is extremely important. Because believe me, I've talked to many people who were being bullied who turned and told me that I, in turn, became the bully. I in turn became the bully. And that's very important words. How do you go from being a nice person who was bullied to being the bully, to being the person that everyone hated? The way you hate your bully, the way you fear your bully, everyone hates and fears you. So be careful for that. Really, really watch that. That's a very important part of anything. Being if you're in domestic violence, unfortunately, if you find yourself in a situation of domestic violence, I've heard situations where people were in situations of domestic violence and then they abuse their kids. So you gotta watch that. That is a key important part of any situation. Not becoming the evil that you hate or despise is the basic line and gist of it. So that's gonna do it for me today. I want to thank Charmed for sticking around through the whole show. Thank you, Charmed. I hope that you learned something. And everyone else that came into the show, Danielle, thank you for stopping by and giving a quick listen. Smash that heart before we end this show. Charmed, I would appreciate that. And again, I want to tell you guys that Live Feed with your host, Richard Santiago, is brought to you by the film Dear Bully. So if you like what we're doing, you have to share the film Dear Bully. You have to support it because that's what keeps us going. Thanks again for smashing that heart. That's what keeps us going. You got to think about that, guys. So share the film Dear Bully. Share the website Dear. I'm sorry, folks. Share the website The Bully Exposed. Share the website Traveling Tech Teacher, because these are people that support this show, and if they're not receiving the support back, then they're going to pull out, and we don't want that to happen. And if you like to be a supporter of the film, just simply tell us, and we'll mention you as a supporter of the film, and we'll work something out. So again, so let me say that again. The film Dear Bully is brought to you. Live Feed with your host Richard Santiago is brought to you by the film Dear Bully, the 501c3 nonprofit organization called The Bully Exposed, and by Traveling Tech Teacher. So teachers and parents that are homeschooling your kids because they've been bullied, check out Traveling Tech Teacher for all your teacher resources. That's going to do it for us today. Remember, I'm going to put up another a topic, give us a topic, for our next show. So watch out for that. Or you can DM me if you want a topic of the next show, and we'll talk about it tomorrow again. All right. Thank you for joining me every day. It's a lot of fun doing this every day. If you remember, we're gonna do one show or maybe two shows on some days. Every day for the whole year of 2019 or 2019, excuse me, 2019. So be sure to always come and join us, all right? Thanks for smashing that heart, and I want to remind you guys that anyone can wear the crown, anyone can be a hero. So be kind to one another, and remember, if your friendship is over, it's time to let it go and leave it alone and go find other friends. Because let me make a quick point about that. While you're trying to keep your friendship with one friend, you could be losing a different friend, or you could be missing out on meeting a new friend. So remember that, all right? Thank you for staying all the way to the end, Charmed. Have a good day and be kind to one another, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.